everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another video on my channel. So for this week's review, we're going to be testing out the new Maybelline Brow Extension Fibre Pomade Crayon. What a name. So this product in particular caught my eye just because it's advertised to be a pomade formula but in a crayon form with fibres in it. What the heck? Not sure how that's gonna go. I've never used a pomade formula that's not been like in a pot that you would apply with a brush. Also with the fibres, I'm not sure how they're going to apply evenly. The only time I've ever used a product with fibres was that plumper gel by L'Oreal. I'll link that video above if you haven't already seen it, but that product had fibres within the gel formula that you could kind of manipulate to thicken your brows in the places you need it to. However, I'm not sure how you're going to evenly distribute this if it is in a crayon form, but we're just going to find out. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, but do not forget to turn your notifications on to be told every time I post, and I'll also leave links to my socials in case you don't follow me on those already. I highly suggest you do. So jumping straight in, this drugstore product retails for £9.99 online and in-store in the UK. Obviously the price may vary depending on where you buy it from. Shop smarter, not harder people. Have a little look around. This product is advertised to be really super easy to use, as well as having 6 different shades to choose from. I've decided for myself to go for the deep brown shade just because my brows naturally are quite dark. At the moment they kind of look very ashy just because there is a lot of makeup in them, like a lot. So just opening up this crayon, I'm highly surprised at the way that it looks, I'm not gonna lie. So I've just kind of twisted this to get as much of the product out as I can just to show you guys. It looks very much like an eyeliner. Also looking at the crayon itself, the formula looks very smooth, like there is no signs of fibres in that as of yet. I'm worried as well about how rounded the crayon is just because how am I supposed to angle the tails of my brows with this? Do I have to cut this into like a point so that I can really get a sharp edge, or are we just gonna have to work with it and see what happens? I think as well I'm gonna do a couple of swatches on the back of my hand. The product is quite pigmented, as you can see. I've pressed a little bit harder here versus up there just to see whether or not any of the fibres actually appear. So far it just kind of looks like a literal crayon. I'm gonna do a couple more strokes on a less fluffy part of my hand just to see if there's any fibres coming out. I've just mega zoomed you guys in, and as you can see there are like a couple of little fibres throughout this part where I've done swatches, but really not a massive amount, which is slightly concerning and a little bit disappointing at this point in time. I'll pop on the screen what my brows look like up close just so you guys can see what we're working with. I'm gonna zoom you in now using my giant oversized and really overly heavy mirror. So just starting to brush through my brows with this product, using the rounded part of the brush to fill in the thicker part of my brows. The deeper you get into the formula of the crayon, the more of the little fibres you can see. I'm not sure if my camera's picking it up just because they are so small. It's kind of leaving a bit of a waxy finish on my brows, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because I'm hoping that means it's kind of like a bit waterproof. My brows really don't look a massive amount different. They look ever so slightly darker and they have a bit of a waxier finish to it. I'm just going to start trying to fill out the front of my brows with this. This brow in particular is renowned for being very sparse at the front. It's maybe not as precise as I'd like it to be just because the crayon head is quite thick. I'm super concerned about how I'm going to get this part sorted out. With the point that I've created, I've just flipped it over to try and see if I can fill out the tail of my brow without completely ruining it. As you can see, as I'm brushing through the tail of my brow, it's kind of giving that wet look because of the waxiness of the crayon. You could use this video as a drinking game. Drink every time I say the word waxy. This is what we're looking like up close right now, and I'm slightly underwhelmed by this, if I'm going to be honest. Also, it's a tad messy here. Like this, I'm guessing is foundation off of my head mixed with the fibres of this. This is what my brow looks like from afar now that I've actually finished it. As you can see, it looks relatively thick, quite nice. It looks a little bit darker in colour and it has that funny shiny kind of look to it a little bit, in my opinion. This is the brow with no product in still, and as you can see there is a definite difference. It's a subtle difference, but there definitely is a difference. Even if my brows were finer, I don't know if I would necessarily choose this product out of all the options of products that I had, just because the fibres are so small that you can't see that they're filling your brows, and also if you had thinner brows and you were using this to fill them in, it would be very difficult because, like I said, you don't have that precision. Anyway, I'm gonna go back in and try and do the second brow now. How now? Brow cow. So stupid. Anyway, this is me filling in my brows. Okay, this one's a bit more of a problem in the tail region of the brow. Oh god, I'm literally drawing on skin now. Oh, it's doing that thing where it's like rubbing my makeup off a little bit. Oh no, I really had high hopes for this. I'm just trying to make the front of this brow look similar to the other one, but this one just looks so much fuller than that one. I don't want to overdo it. It's annoying as well because you can't really line the underneath of the brow as easy. Like I said, it's got that funny waxy finish to it. Just gonna go through the tail now and try and fix it. Why do they not look the same? Can you guys see what I mean about the tail of my brow because I've drawn onto my actual skin because there's no brow hairs there? It's just kind of like congealed a little bit with my foundation and just made it look a little bit ashy and funny, which I'm not really about, to be honest. In regards to my brows looking fuller and a bit thicker and also having a bit of a long wearing finish, which is what I think the waxiness of the product does, they look relatively decent. I'm not gonna lie to you. In that respect, they do look pretty good. Also, the product was super easy to use. Like literally you just run it over your brows and that's kind of it. Now that I've also got further into the product, you can see way more of the fibres in the formula. Obviously, I've tried to show you a couple of times the fibres within the crayon, but it's just my camera's just not picking it up. So I'll put a couple of pictures on the screen of what it looks like because it might be better if I take it like on my phone or something. The next thing is, where's the lid gone? It's probably under my chair. Oh, no. I found it. Shock. No wonder I couldn't find the lid. It was literally being swallowed up by my ass cheeks. To summarize this video, would I say I like the brow extension Fibre Pomade Crayon by Maybelline? To be honest, I'm very mixed about it, which doesn't happen very often. I'm very much a girl that knows what she likes and likes what she knows, and I don't actually know if I like this. For myself, this is a good product for like on the go, day to day, more so just to kind of quickly fill in my brows and also help them stay in place with the formula at the same time. As I've mentioned about 25 million times in this video, it has a very waxy finish to the formula. Some people might not like, but I do, in the way that I know that it's going to keep my brows in place. I'm kind of tempted to smudge them a little bit just to see. Nope. Nothing has come off on the back of my finger, so that's a good sign. Gets a little bit tricky though when you are trying to apply it to the tails of your brows because obviously you need a little bit more precision, as well as kind of like lining underneath your brow. Doesn't really work for that either. It's mainly just for like brushing it upwards through your brows. I mean, it did the job for me. I have very thick brows quite naturally, which I'm so blessed with. Some people obviously are different and have maybe a naturally quite thin brow. This is something that I don't think would work if you're maybe looking for a product to create hair-like strokes, very thin individual, like build them up. This is maybe not the product to do that with. Now lastly, would I use this again? I do actually think I would use this again, just to kind of use as a no makeup look, maybe if I'm actually not wearing any makeup, but I just want to thicken up my brows and make them look a little bit more alive. You know, normally even when I don't wear face makeup, I still always wear mascara and maybe brush my brows a little bit. I might use this product as an alternative to a brow gel on some days. I'm still very torn on whether or not I like this, which, like I said, doesn't happen very often. So that is it for this week's video, testing out the new Maybelline Brow Extension Fibre Pomade Crayon. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up so I know. It really does help me out a lot. I'll also leave a link to this product in the description down below for you, as well as my social media links. So if you haven't already, make sure you go and follow me on my socials, as well as subscribe to this channel and turn your notifications on to make sure you don't miss when I post. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you next time for another video. Bye guys!